Hello, everybody. Hey, everybody. Geraldine Rose here. Hope you're having a great day out there. Get some crafting done. Here's this week's Color Throwdown challenge in colors of red, orange, maroon, kind of burgundy, and gold highlights. And now that the computer issues are resolved, hopefully we keep going forward with this again. We had to get a new computer because the USB ports pooched on the old one. We couldn't get any files on off it. Anyway, I started out, of course, with just stenciling through with some distress oxides on an old Mandela stencil that I had. And I'm going to start layering a whole bunch of stuff on top of it. Like this is the paper glaze. I thought I'd get kind of like the metallic around the edge of that. And of course, you know me, I'm going to add more on top of this. So it's coming. It's going to get hidden. There we are. That is the Ranger Crackle Paste in Opaque. One of my favorites. It actually will pick up the color of what's beneath it. And you can see here, I'm just not for one swipe. Let's just turn it all into mud. Let's mix all the colors. And then we're going to like stickle it across the top to get some texture. So pull this up. Of course, throw your stencils immediately in water because otherwise they will dry like that. Got out the alt new stamp wheel. Starting to really like this thing. And I was just softening the edges. I'm going to go back and forth here multiple times with this. Just kind of getting familiar with it. Putting down a bunch of different colors through. A lot of other people were using greens for their leaves for this challenge. And I was like, well, no, I want to see what happens if I just really stick to the colors. So I did them in lighter orange and then the others through the ranges of the red turning through to like a burgundy maroon for the sunflowers themselves. And of course, going back over, not quite satisfied. So we just keep deepening up the heads a little bit more. And I thought, oh, well, you know, for the centers, I like sparkle. Let's go put some of the paper glaze. This is the Christmas one. So it's Christmas red. And it's got sparkles in it. So I was like, oh, I'll highlight the sunflower heads like that. And just spreading her on there. This one, you really have to get your stencil in, like your sink or your towel, whatever you got nearby. I have to run down to the bathroom. You should see our sink. The herpes glitter is in there. Yes. Oh, this is pulling it up from the Waffle Flower grip mat. Thank you very much for the giveaway, Waffle Flowers. I'm still trying it out. I just got the teeny size. That's what the certificate was for. And I'm putting the embossing glaze over top of it to kind of deepen up that red color a little bit. And here, of course, embossing gun. You know how we've all got our sound turned down for that one because we all know what it looks like when it melts, and we love it still. Okay, so now I've got the other part of the stencil out on the SimonSaysStamp Sunflower Fields, and I am going around the edges with some aged mahogany to kind of bring that burgundy in. And so I'm deepening it around the sunflower heads just so that it will transition out. And you can see that first one I messed up because, hey, I'm not one for tapping off. If I bought that ink, I want to use that ink. And of course, it's laid down way too heavy. But I will fix it. You watch. I'm putting the spice marmalade around the edges to kind of transition those petals out. But I think I'm going to come in here pretty quick and just start throwing some water at it because distress oxide, it reacts with water. And that will lift some of that color that I got in there that is just a little too strong. There we are. Patented finger flick and dump, right? And paper towels coming soon. Yes! There we are. Okay. Let's see. What have I got up here next? Where am I going? Oh, into my make art station. And the magnets really clunk when you take them off. So I thought, okay, well, now I've lost some of my definition. So I brought in actually the Lumberjack Plaid, the dress ink, not the oxide, but the ink itself. And there I was just wiping away the over stamping around the edges of the sunflowers because I just wanted to define mostly the flowers themselves. So I thought that that lumberjack red would deepen things up, and because I've got so much like texture on there from the paper glaze in the middle, now I'm having to kind of come back in like, oh, it didn't quite take it. I've really pressed down here on this one. So it's like, there we go. Let's see, did we get it this time? Yay! All right, we got flowers. And you know I love me my Distress Oxide sprays. Of course I'm going to do it. So now that that crackle paste and the paper glitz has dried on the mandala stencil, I am coming in with the oranges and hickory smoke, I think, too, to kind of mute it out. Sprayed it with water. And this is the Kuretake Gold Mica. I thought I would try this time and actually use it because I didn't use any of the other mica sprays, and it's been sitting there, and I've been using the Kuretake Gem and Starry Colors one, so it's like, oh, you better just get that out. I forgot how good this stuff is, actually. And my front sentiment is from SimonSaysStamp, the Oh Hello There die. And I just took the O off of it. So it's in red metallic foil, and then I put gold holographic foil behind it for a shadow. And set them down, and of course, plunk, one of those blocks go on top. That's it. You're done on that. Figured it needed some glitter ombre drops and some fairy drops in. If you put those down with like that clothing paint that you can see up at the top and behind it, it will actually pick up the color behind. So that's how I made them orange, even though they were clear. And oh, here's my incense sentiment. So this is close to my heart, and Picket Fence Studios, both lovely companies. They stamp like a dream. Sometimes I do it in my Close to My Heart ink, sometimes in the oxides. Here I thought, okay, so it's really muted out on the Distress Oxide after putting the water on. So I came in with some Ranger Crackle accents to kind of reactivate that color. And the back panel that I had glued it down, you can see I used the aged mahogany around that too, and just some foil. And then I ended up kind of scratching some crackle accents around that too. So it just kind of defined that edge a little bit better. You'll see it in the ending pictures. There's that part. And my custom stamps from Scrap and Stamp. You guys can get those in Christmas every year. Anyway, be that change you want to see in the world. Everybody have a good time out there. Bye.